Hey everybody, Mac Damaza here, back with Marvel Heroes. I of course got Moon Knight, got him to 60, and I do have a build, and I call it the Fist of Khonshu because that's exactly what he is. And it does utilize the Fist of Khonshu. Um, Not 100% based on it, but it's one of those passives that's probably going to be in everybody's build. Um, so we'll go to the build first. There's a couple of variants you can actually do on it. I like this variant because it works very, very well for what I'm going to do. And so for the skills you're going to maximize, it's going to be Spiked Gauntlets, Carbonadium Armor, Cestus Gauntlet Punch, Gruesome Frenzy, Tripwire Bolas, and then we're going to have some one-point skills. If you want the glider cape to fly, put a point there. Definitely put a point in Tools of Vengeance, Khonshu Unbound, Multiple Personalities, and Statue of Khonshu. And then the rest of your points will go into the Fist of Khonshu. So the reason why I went with Spiked Gauntlets, which Moonstaff would actually be better suited for the build, but Spiked Gauntlets has the same range as Cestus Gauntlet Punch. So when I go in and move to attack the boss with Moonstaff, it would keep me too far away, and then Cestus Gauntlet Punch, because it's on an action skill, doesn't automatically range find. So it made it more difficult to use, whereas Spiked Gauntlets would move me into the proper range, and then I didn't have to worry about that. Also, it kind of works synergetically with the bleed and with the bolas. The bolas do count as a bleed, ironically, and so I get the extra damage that way as well. What I'm really doing with the build, though, is utilizing the best damage skills that he has, which is also Gruesome Frenzy. Some people really don't like this because there's no CC immunity or anything like that, but you can just hammer that skill so fast. It's done in a split second. Sometimes it doesn't work though. The boss can run right away from you and you lose it. Kind of sucks. But what I'm doing is maximizing the ability of Carbonadium Armor, which at this rank is ignoring 7.9% of damage per 10% missing health up to 70% total missing health. So we can do that 7 times. So basically 7 times 8 would be, what is that, 56? Did I do that math right? 57. And that's not going to add on top of your defense. It's basically like a third defense. Actually a second defense. Because really what happens is it's either going to be physical defense, mental defense, or energy defense. And one of those defenses is going to prevent the first ray of damage. It's not going to be like defense and then physical defense. It's physical defense, say, for physical damage, and then this armor is going to kick in. Or this armor is kicking in, and then your physical defense is kicking in. So it's an added defensive line, which is very, very nice. So you're not going to go over 100% damage negation. You're not going to be immune. That's not going to happen. But it's awesome. It's also doing a lot of damage when you do block an attack, and you got an 8% chance to block an attack. That's pretty high. 1 in 12 attacks getting blocked, doing an average of 20,000 damage. Not too shabby. Moon Knight is nowhere near as weak as everyone believes that he is. He's definitely Cosmic Able. Should be able to handle Cosmic Doom. Might be gear dependent, I suppose. I'm pretty gear, at least artifact wise. I'm not, maybe not slotted wise, but you know, I'm pretty much there. And he's going to be another one that you're going to go with hit points to make Carbonadium Armor work for you. With each tier being set up as 10% health, the more health you have, the bigger the hit you can take, the more likely you are to survive that hit and have this damage ignorance come into play. So in other words, is once you take a hit, if you only have 10,000 health and you get hit for 15,000 damage and you only have 20% armor, you're dead. It's not a tiered thing where like it's gonna say, oh, okay, we'll shed off the first 20% of damage, and then, oh yeah, you're ignoring now 8% damage, and then we shed off a little more damage, and now you're ignoring 16% damage. You have to survive the hit that takes you down in damage. So that's where health comes in again. It seems the development team is really, really gunning to make health builds the way to go. Daredevil's regen 5% of your health. Again, as a finisher, is another basis of that coming through. And this is it here. So at 25,000 health, I got tiers of 2,500. So if I get hit for, say, 8,000 health, I get dropped down to 17,000. You know, that's not too terrible. I'm already ignoring an extra 24% damage on top of the damage coming through. So he is what I would call a tanky DPS because he can definitely burst on something. You know, Cosmics, it's really hard to burst without going hardcore DPS. But he can survive it with this strategy. And the basic strategy is to put bolas up in Spirit Burn with Cestus Punch because it does so much damage to bosses. And once you're out of Spirit, you're going to drop Tools of Vengeance. And what Vengeance does is make your Spirit costing powers cost no Spirit, and it removes all Spirit. So if you have 5 Spirit left, that's why you're Spirit dumping. You lose your Spirit, and your Spirit goes to 0. And this lasts for 8 seconds. And so you can continue Cestus Gauntlet's punching, or you do what I'm going to do in this build, which is you drop the Tools of Vengeance, you drop the Statue of Khonshu, you burn off your Gruesome Frenzy because you've already burned them down pretty good, hopefully, or you've done some damage with Cestus Gauntlet's punch and the bullet tripwire here. And you know, you set off your signature. And once that's gone, you go back to Cestus Gauntlet's punch until the Tools of Vengeance is burned off. And you know, make sure you got a tripwire bullet going up, and then you go back to Spike Gauntlets till you go back to maximum Spirit, and then you repeat the process and bring up your Vengeance again. You need maximum Vengeance to drop the Tools of Vengeance, but that should be set up by the time you make it to a boss, at least for the first time. It takes a while to reset that Tools of Vengeance again. You have to get crits and all kinds of damage and stuff. So that's the basic strategy of it. And it will work pretty well. And so for the gearing of it, pretty standard physical damage gear. I got the Advanced Crimson Crystal Cedric with lots of health and some good physical damage. I got the Advanced Super Soldier Serum. It's got that hit points. It's got the Spirit Regen. We're counting on losing all our Spirit and having to recuperate it. So, you know, Spirit Regeneration is very nice. And some extra Spirit to burn down while we're doing it is also good because it gets more damage through before we run out of the Spirit and have to go through our fast DPS cycle. And also some health regen and some attack speed. Can't hurt. Pim Grill Serum, again, hit points and damage rating. And of course, the Advanced Kung Fu Training Sequence, awesome for any melee character. Hit points, damage rating to melee powers, defense, and some dodge. I mean, it just pays out all around for our style of play with this character. And then a Dr. Doom's medal. Actually, I think I got a better one in the bank I'm going to go get. And what we're going to do with the Dr. Doom's medal is we really want as high as possible chance to fear for one, with as long as a duration as possible power duration, because that's going to help us with our Tools of Vengeance. It's going to help us also with the Fist of Khonshu, because what happens is when you get a Brutal Strike, it causes a cower, which is another fear chance. And any kind of CC that you get is awesome. So that's just another chance to make them fear. So they'll fear a little bit longer, probably put them into the 4-second range from that, which is very, very nice. And I'm pretty sure it affects the duration of the tripwire bola as well. It may affect the length of the Khonshu, but I'm not sure if it affects the summon or not. It should affect the length of the Khonshu Unbound when you hit the CC immunity. And it will affect, of course, the Tools of Vengeance when you proc it. So, 25% will get us to 10 seconds of free spirit burning, which is very nice. I got Ancient Grove on the Euro. I don't know if the primary reason for putting it on there is when you're attacked, it reduces the attack speed by 40%. It's supposed to be, but right now, when you put it on, it says 0%. So it could be bugged. It could be working fine and just be a tooltip bug. Don't know, but defense and health and durability are very nice. So it's not too bad. With the ring, health again. Primary thing is health, getting health so you get those tiers as high as possible. Again, with this insignia, health, I got a bad insignia. I'd like a nice purple insignia of the Valkyrie with some extra stats on it. And gearing 2 and 3 health if possible, 4 and 5 health if possible. 2 and 3 should definitely have health, and then if possible regeneration would be nice. Excalibur is almost built for melee-sighted Moon Knight. If you think you're going to switch back and forth between ranged, go with Gungnir, and that will cover all types of skills. You'll lose some damage, but it'll definitely cover all types of skills. With the extra defense, though, this is going to be making him pretty tanky. He's going to survive very, very well. And on the core, obviously, I went all hit points everywhere I could with 25% health and spirit on medkit. And +1 strength, I beefed up his DPS a little bit with that strength. It's what I had, so it works. So I'm going to go ahead and show it in a terminal. And I know I normally do the green, but let's go ahead and do a cosmic Kingpin because it'll be kind of quick. That's right, I said it won't be too bad. I'll put my bounty up. I'm going to get the bounty on it, so it won't be that quick. But you can see it's tearing apart the trash pretty well. Oh, I can kill this guy too, yeah. And all I'm going to do is put the bola on and punch away. If it's blue, I'll do a Cestus punch on it, the double dot. If I have lots of spirit, I can just Cestus punch away the blue to death. That's fine. Oh, I think my headset died. Then when I get low on spirit, I just go back to regular punches. And even in the Cosmics, you see that bola is good enough to do some decent damage. And just like with Daredevil, I kill off the highest hit point thing first and let the dots trick away on the low hit point ones. And you notice I'm not even panicking about getting low in hit points. The lower in hit points I go, the less and less damage I take. It almost gets negligible. Now that those are dead, let's see if I can't get my sound back. There it is. Only pains of having a wireless headset. Every now and then it shuts off on its own. What's really nice is the trash is usually cooperative and does drop a red med kit every now and then, a red health globe. Today. You can see those big hits from the Cestus Punch. I mean, that just really rocks the blues and yellows. You know what's also nice with Tools of Vengeance? As a passive, you get damage rating. I don't really like the other one. Tools or Gifts of Avatar of Vengeance. It's all based off of missing health and reducing your health to 1. So when it wears off, you have 1 hit point. That just does not sound friendly. I'm just jumping around so I can get all the dots on them with Cestus Punch so they can bleed away. That's why you see them just dying everywhere. Tripwire Bolas and Cestus Punch. Two bombs left with 4 to go for the bounty. And don't even worry about the bubble.
that's what I mean. You just drop that thing and man, does that burn. That gruesome feast. So that was Cosmic Dr. Octopus. Pretty much as easy as tier red or green even. I mean, that was a joke. That wasn't even any kind of issue there. So Moon Knight's definitely pretty tanky, especially if done up this way. So very underrated because he is a copy and cut hero, except they changed his skills enough and how they function, and they improved his skills enough so the people who have the heroes who unfortunately are bugged, like Gambit and Squirrel Girl and stuff like that, and they haven't fixed yet, which I feel sorry for. I don't think it's appropriate. They should have fixed them a long time ago. But they incorporated them in such a way to really make them tough, especially making Punisher's pain tolerance work in a much, much, much better way for Moon Knight than it ever did for Punisher is kind of sad. So maybe they'll improve Punisher's pain tolerance this way. Maybe they're just trying to fix every other character and testing everything out through Moon Knight. And that's what's going to happen with everybody else. Let's cross our fingers. But he's going to be real tough character, great for high-end content. I definitely underestimated him at first. I thought he was going to be copy and cut, and he's all copy and cut in the wrong way. That carbonadium armor, as long as that stays the way it is, you're going to be able to do whatever you want with them if you build it this way and anticipate damage coming in and put a lot of defense up there. He can do what he wants. I mean, he tore apart Cosmic Dr. Octopus like it was a joke, and I got pretty miserable gear. I mean, 55, 54, 54, 54, 56. I don't even have level 60 gear. I do have it's a nice unique weapon. I think that'll definitely stick around for use. It's a lot of critical damage rating, nice proc, and +5 to all his melee skills. That's pretty sweet. So it's definitely a very good weapon, but the other gear is okay. But that's it. So that's the Fist of Khonshu build. It's going to be a pretty superior build. Works very well in X defense. You can spin off those bolas all over the place and stop mobs from getting to the students long enough for other people to burn them down, even though you don't do quite the damage. And then, just like with Nightcrawler, you can focus burn the blues and the regular students that tend to attack, or the regular mobs that tend to attack the students. When there's nobody else to attack around, they will attack the students, those regular mobs, and kill off bosses like mad. Burn down bosses. So that's it. Fist of Khonshu. Hope it helps. Hope you enjoy, and I'll talk to everybody later.